I wonder what you mean when you use the word I. What most civilized people mean by that word is a hallucination. An identification of ourselves with our idea of ourselves. Or I would rather say, with our image of ourselves. And that's the person. Or the ego. You play a role. You identify with that role. I play a role. It's called Alan Watts. But I assure you it's a mask and I don't take it seriously. So I know I'm not there. But most of us are taught to think that we are whom we are called. When you're a little child and you begin to learn a role and your parents and your peers approve of your being that, they know who you are. You're predictable. So you can be controlled. But when you act out of role and you imitate some other child's behavior, everybody points the finger and says, you're not being true to yourself. Johnny, that's not you, that's Peter. And so you learn to stay Peter, or to stay Johnny. But of course, you're not either. Because this is just the image of it. Your image of yourself contains no information about how you structure your nervous system. It contains no information about your blood chemistry. It contains almost no information about the subtle influences of society upon your behavior. And this confused seeking is going on everywhere. We don't know what we want. Nobody knows what they want. We think of what we want in vague terms. Pleasure, money, wealth, love, fulfillment. But we don't know what we mean by all that. So then the next problem that arises is, well, what about all the other images? What is important? What is not important? What is good? What is bad? What is pleasant? What is painful? Has to be called in question. Not in order to destroy the whole value system, but in order to see it for what it is. And that's where we will object and say, well, surely that's a colossally difficult task, because we are so long habituated, and we have been taught to believe that the longer we have been habituated to something, the more difficult it is to change it. Well, that is true if you believe it. And if you don't, it isn't. It should be obvious that the human being goes with the rest of the universe. Even though we say in popular speech, I came into this world. Now, it is not true that you came into this world. You came out of it. In the same way as a flower comes out of a plant, or a fruit comes out of a tree. And therefore people are an expression of its energy and of its nature.